welcome back to an episode of Just My Thoughts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of the Just My Thoughts podcast.
Yes, sir. Episode 22.
So, today's topic is, should a man pay all the bills?
Should a man pay all the bills? Destiny's Child. Bills.
You pay my bills? All right, so before we get started, how's your week been, man?
It's been a long week. Happy that it's almost Friday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Been a long week. And cold too. But we got these new hoodies on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So, should a man pay all the bills? I'm going to have to say, if the person that you are with is worth it, then yes, you should. Your short answer, Mike, how you feeling?
I think that as long as you both are on the same page and you're able and capable of doing that and you can live comfortably, happily, then it's cool. But personally, I think everyone should contribute them, bring their own piece to the house.
Right.
Don't just rely on one to do everything. Everyone needs to contribute. But everyone has their own different circumstances, and so it's not a one-size-fit-all type of answer. I think it's just based on where you're at in your life and what you want to do.
True.
So, for me, nah. Maybe later.
Right.
I don't know.
But you know the crazy thing, I was watching a video this morning. It was the No Jumper podcast, and it had a guy on there. I forgot what his name was, but it had another chick on there. Her name was Blue Jasmine.
Blue Jasmine.
You remember the one that was on the podcast with academics, and she was like, Future was trying to pay her $5,000.
I don't know. Not sure.
All right. Well, pretty much, she was like, men are a business to her. Okay. And she's saying that she does not pay for anything. She doesn't pay for her clothes. She doesn't pay for her condo that she has or her car. So the thing like that, the reason I brought that up is because, okay, so the way she's thinking, she shouldn't have to pay anything because she has gold between her legs and she's attractive. So the dude that was on there was trying to say, well, your looks is going to go away.
True.
And pretty much what you're saying is you're a prostitute.
Absolutely. That's exactly what she's saying. And she's paying in a different form of currency, but she's definitely paying. And whoever's paying for it prefers that type of currency.
Right.
So everyone's happy.
But I've been in situations where, living together and something goes on where one person loses their job.
Right.
So basically, one person has to pay.
Okay.
Now, whether or not you're with a good person or not is dependent on whether they're going to leave you.
True.
So it's like, it's a tricky situation because personally, I feel that if women were fighting for equal rights and getting paid the same as men, why would any woman want a man to pay all the bills? Because, I feel like if you're a person with morals, that would make you feel like you're not contributing to anything, right?
Right. And unfortunately, some do like to pick and choose their equal rights. Mm-hmm. They want to be more equal in one field and less equal in another. Mm-hmm. But if it's going to be equal, it needs to be equal. Equal means equal. It's not like partially equal. We're both in this 50-50. So yeah.
Okay, now that you brought that up, right?
Okay.
Do you feel that relationships nowadays are 50-50?
No, definitely not. It comes down to what women are looking for. They're not looking for 50-50. They're looking for 80-20, 90-10. They're looking to be rescued and pampered and just taken care of, and 100% nothing they have to do. But,
All right.
Look pretty and maybe cook.
Right. You and I make pretty good money. So let's just say that you and I are in a different tax bracket. We're both making well over $200,000-$300,000 a year.
Okay.
If you're making that much money and your woman is making decent money but not as much as you, at what point do you be like, yo, she's just making enough to put gas in the car, pay for the daycare center? If you make that much money, do you just be like, look, I make way more money than you, I'll pay everything? Or is still she needs to contribute something?
I would say that you guys are going to readjust your positions based on your current like financial situation. Like you're saying, like I was saying earlier, like it depends on where you're at in life. If you're in a position where you can 100% take care of things and you're not going to fall or slip, you're going to continue to elevate, then of course, just you're going to rearrange the roles. Okay, I'm going to take care of the finances. You make sure the money's put in the right places, allocated to the right people, and take care of the house and what else we got going on. And I'll just make sure the bread comes in on a regular basis. And that could be beneficial. Like that's value. Like as long as you're not just I'm home and I'm waiting for you, I'm watching TV and waiting for you. I'm on, social media, just
right
doing nothing, and I'm just here to be here when you're home. That's not enough.
Right. I mean, man, this is a topic that's a little shaky, but just because it's just like, I think if a person does pay all the bills, whether it's the man or the woman, at first it might be good.
Okay.
Right? And then one person might become too complacent. And I feel like if you're the breadwinner, I come home, the house should be clean. I should have a meal waiting for me.
Right.
And amongst other things. But then it turns more into a situation where your significant other might feel like it's a job for her.
A job. Doing all the things you listed?
Yeah.
Cooking, and that's not right.
So it's not right that she feels that way?
No. It shouldn't. You shouldn't feel that way. You guys are both contributing to your life.
Right.
It's not a job. Like, of course, what you're doing, bringing home, bringing money, that's the job, really. Mm-hmm. What she's doing is supporting, which is important, very important. You're both supporting in your own way.
Yeah, I was watching this video on Instagram where I guess the guy didn't have a job. So the woman came home and she just went on Instagram and was like, if one person got a job and they're providing everything, and you come home and the house is not clean, like what the F is the other person supposed to do all day? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's another thing, man. It's just like when in relationships, you shouldn't just jump right on Instagram and put out all your shit. I mean, your stuff. Right. Because that can turn into something different as well.
Definitely. I've never been about putting all your personal life out there on the internet. It's not a healthy or wise thing to do.
Yeah. But I mean, personally, if I'm making a lot of money and I know I got a good woman, mm-hmm. I feel like it is the man's job to provide. Okay. Right? But at the same time, I'm just like, it's my job to provide, but if you're going to be here, there's certain things that I need you to do.
Okay, yeah. What's their job? If your job is that, what's their job?
Everything that I just named, man, you know, cook, clean, you know, make sure the kids is good, whatever. But I think where it gets a little misconstrued is a lot of men are going to pay all the bills and come home and not do anything. But okay, but if you're providing, you're paying all the bills and you want your wife to do certain things, that doesn't mean when you come home, you don't do anything. You can still clean up. You can still cook. You can still take the kids out and give that person a break.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I think with the way people think nowadays, people think I'm paying all the bills. You in the house is your job. Everything else is mine. And I think that creates a lot of friction in relationships.
That's true. You definitely shouldn't just come home and don't do shit. You should definitely contribute in your house.
Right.
But you're right. That could definitely be a problem.
All right. So let's talk about sex then.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So you're working all day, working all night, whatever. You come home. Is it wrong for a man that's working or a woman that's working, however y'all work that out? Is it wrong to be like, all right, look, I've been working all week. I'm paying all these bills. You know what I need. Is that wrong? 'Cause that could be part of the breadwinner's ultimatum, right? I'm just let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Let me just run that back. I'm working all day. I'm working all night. You know what I need. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Is that wrong? Because you can't tell me that a lot of men.
Is that how you present it though? Like,
I mean, maybe not. But but my point is there a right way to say that?
definitely.
But okay, if there's a right way to say that, okay, what's the right way?
There's definitely a wrong way.
Okay,
so
what's
a better way? I wouldn't
what's
say
the better
right
way?
It depends on who you're with and
Okay.
how you communicate. I'm gonna say that there's no blueprint to how you should say it, but I think there's wrong ways.
Okay, so what's a better way of saying that then? You come home with like roses and some more wet or something?
I don't think you need to go all like that, but
Then what is the better way then?
just talk about what you need and talk about it. I think communication, an open line of communication is very important. You shouldn't come to a point to be like, I gotta come home and I'm like, you know what I want, you know what I need.
Right.
Get to it. You guys should know, and you guys should understand that you've been coming home ready for something.
Right. So look in the comments, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about that? Gloria Hale says, learn each other's love language.
There you go. Exactly. Communication.
Right. So what happened if the man is like, all right, well, my love language is paying all the bills in the house.
That's not really what?
I'm just saying that's the love language. If the man is looking at like I paid all the bills,
not love language.
What is love language then?
I think more emotion. I paid the bills. Do what you need to do.
Okay, but I said,
Is that how you handle it?
But love language. Then I should be able to bring roses and some champagne, right? That's how you get it popping, right? You just don't come home. I mean, explain to me. Both y'all niggas is laughing. But y'all are not giving me any rebuttal to what I'm saying.
I'm kind of just still kind of blown away a little bit.
Right. Communication is key.
It is.
All right, Justin Neal, tell me what type of communication, because my two people here is laughing at everything I say. If I say bring roses, they laughing. If I say, look, I've been working all day,
I'm not laughing
get
at
on the
any of
bed, then they laughing at that
That's
too.
specifically what I'm laughing
I'm
at.
just a little confused.
That's what I'm
because
laughing at.
when people are laughing, but they're not rebutting anything that I say. One person was married, one person is not married. And I'm just saying, then tell me the right way. Play the devil's advocate and give me something else to say.
Like I said, it depends on who you're with and how you guys communicate. The love language that someone, brought up.
Right.
It's very important. If that's the way it works for you, I'm working all day, I'm tired, you know what to do. If that works for you, in what you have, then great.
All right, fuck it. Let me reword this shit. All right. All right. Mike,
Yes.
you're working all week, right? You're doing your thing. Your girl's at home, right? Mm-hmm. Your son's taken care of. Like the house is clean. How do you go about saying it's that time?
I think, for me, I really don't have to say nothing. It's just kind of like it naturally progresses into what it's supposed to be.
So what you're saying is your girl knows your love language then?
We understand what it is.
Because, look, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little blunt, but I don't know what love language is. I feel like if I'm coming home and it's been a long week, how do you respectfully ask? Because like I said, depending on what type of woman that you have,
right,
and she's feeling like she's not contributing, she can feel like that is a chore for her. No matter if you bring her roses, no matter what you say, some women might feel like that's a chore.
Okay.
At first, some women might look at it like, all right, he going out working, he doing what he need to do. At first you come home and be like, look, I'm gonna give it to you, do this, right? But after a while, it might change.
Okay.
She might feel like it's a chore.
Then, I mean, things change. And then sometimes you got to go back in. You got to, like, just talk. Sometimes you just got to recalibrate, get back together, and say, we've lost track. So let's talk about it. This is how I'm feeling right now about things. And I really don't feel like we on the same page when it comes to romance and all that stuff. Trying to be Disney rated here.
Right.
So talk about it. Tell them how you feel. Let them know your frustrations and what you're looking for.
Right.
And come to a compromise. That's a very important word, too. Compromise is very important in a relationship. And then see if you guys can meet somewhere where you both feel good about where you're at and what you want.
Okay, so let's get back to the original question then.
Okay.
Is it wrong for the breadwinner to feel that he has the right to come home and be able to ask for it whenever he wants to? Like we said, right? If I'm working, you clean, you cook, you take care of the kids, right? And so, like, that can turn into a chore, though. You know what I'm saying? So how is it wrong for a man to put that on the list that he expects when he comes home?
You can expect those things, but you don't have to come out of your mouth and be like, this is what I want, this is what I need, like this. You can come at it a little bit more delicately.
Right.
You don't have to be so abrasive.
All right, let's
I
look
don't
at
know
the
how
comments.
you say, but
all right,
you
so
ain't
we
gotta
got
be like that. You gotta be so
leave a
blunt.
card on the pillow. Roses is a love language. The look, it all depends on the approach. The wife should be available.
Okay.
And now all those comments that I just read are from women.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but
That's RJ.
RJ, you married, you making all the money, your Rolo Beats production takes off. You making all this money working with CC, Steezy, Rick Ross. How would you come home and tell your girl that you expected? Or not that you expected. So you saying when you open the door, she got to be ready. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is a little bit more blunt than me.
That's the end result. But you have to get there. You have to get there. What happened in the middle? What happened in the middle? Like,
eventually it's gonna end up happening. Okay. So in the comment section, have anybody ever been through that? Like, if you're a stay-at-home wife, what are some things that you expect from the breadwinner? If he gives you a list of things that he wants, should he have to give you a list, or should you guys already know what is expected?
I think, like I said, they should understand what you want because you guys talk about what you want. Shouldn't be. They don't have to be psychic about it. Like, it's very important that you communicate and let them know what you're looking for, your expectations. You're both of your expectations. Like, you have to know what each other's expectations are in order for you to both be happy. If you don't, you're just playing a guessing game. You're gonna be fighting it. You don't want all that. So just let them know. Okay, I'm frustrated. I'm expecting this to happen when I'm home, and I want to understand why you have any objections about it, or what's your reasons why you can't accommodate those needs.
All right, we got some more comments. Call her throughout the day and flirt with your wife. Get her in the mood. It won't feel like a chore. Okay, I feel you. But should it go both ways? Like, if the breadwinner, should the breadwinner have to call and flirt? You know,
I don't think it's need to be. You need to do this. You need to do that. Y'all both need to play a part.
Like, if you want to be with somebody, you ain't getting no ass though. Like, yeah,
I agree, but that's the end. We're talking about how to prevent that right now.
right.
So, yeah, talking throughout the day. It shouldn't just be on you to be like them waiting for you to say something first. That's whack. You both can talk. You both can say. You both can communicate. It's not supposed to be all on one person to do it. You both can play that part.
All right, so I'm gonna take it to another step. So the sex thing, we're past that, right?
Oh,
So now what I want to talk about is, if you're paying all the bills, you're the breadwinner, would you have an account with your significant other? And if you do have a joint account, is it bad to have your own account and maybe an account that the significant other doesn't know about?
I mean, not the last part. No, it's not right. But you both having a joint account is good, and having your own accounts are good as well. It's the best way to do it. Have a joint account for everything that you both mutually have to spend money on, and have your own personal accounts that you own, can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Right.
It works the best way. Instead of you just dipping in there in one pool, dealing with everything. No, then you're gonna have arguments. You have your own money. You can do what you want to do with yours. I'm gonna do what I want to do with mine. Just make sure it doesn't affect what we have to do. That's
Right.
the perfect way to do it. But not having a secret account, that's a whole nother thing. You shouldn't have to have secret money stashed and all that.
Okay. So if one person, so it's two different scenarios, right? So your significant other doesn't make as much money as you,
Okay.
but she works.
Right.
Right. So that's one scenario. The other scenario is your significant other doesn't work at all.
Okay.
So how should she have to ask if she wants to go out and buy herself something, whatever it is? Should there be a limit on what she could spend without you? Say she wants to go and spend like $300-$400 in Victoria's Secret, something for you.
Okay.
Or she goes out and spends $300-$400 on a spa day with her and her girls.
Okay.
Are both things okay?
Again, this is not a one size fits all type of question. It really depends on your lifestyle, how you really want to deal with your relationship. Like, it's hard to say it's okay. Like, it just depends on where you're at in life and how you feel about your money and how you feel about pampering and spoiling and all that stuff.
But can we make it a one size fits all just for this topic?
Can't.
Or it's impossible?
It's impossible because every dude is different. Every dude, every woman, every relationship is different. It's hard to be like, no, it's not right. You should never do that, and you should always do this. It doesn't work because everyone's different. Everyone wants different things. Some guys don't want to spend any money at all. Some guys want to spend all the money. Some guys want to have a split. It just really depends on who you are. So it's hard for me to say you should do it like this because everyone does it a different way.
Right. Hey, man, this is difficult because usually when I say something, like we don't argue, but it's like going back and forth. But I feel like
It's not.
we're almost saying the same thing, but I just feel like all women want to be pampered.
Okay, yeah.
No matter if you're in the beginning of a relationship or you've been together for a long time or whatever.
I don't even know if that's true.
And all men want what they want. If y'all get what I'm saying without being explicit.
True.
So I mean, I get it. It's one size fits all. It's not one size fits all, but pretty much all women. Okay, are there any women out there right now that if their husband or boyfriend or whatever told them that they didn't have to work, would y'all be okay with that?
If
Do you know?
they
put like
told, if the woman told you didn't have to work?
No. If a man came home and told his woman that she doesn't have to work, what is the percentage of women out there that RJ, Mike, that y'all think would be like, wow, okay, I don't have to work? And if she was too happy, would you be like second guess what you said to her?
A large percentage of women would love to not have to work. I mean, a large percentage of humans would love not to work. So I'm not going to put that against a woman for not wanting to work.
Well, right now we're doing the man perspective. So let me ask y'all this: RJ, you come home and you just got a promotion on your job, and you say, "Babe, I just got a $30,000 raise. You don't have to work anymore." What would you expect? What would you expect her reaction to be if she was like, "Oh, hell yeah," and she was just so happy with that change? Or if she was like, "Oh, okay, babe, that's fine." What would you want her reaction to be? All right, Mike, answer that question that I just asked the guy that don't want to answer questions.
I mean, I expect them to be happy, not to want to work. I don't know if I want to see them just dancing around like they won the lottery or nothing like that. But I mean, I'm telling them that the reason it's like I'm awarding them the way I'm presenting. Like, hey, I'm making all the money now. I'm feeling like we can change things up. And you ain't got to work anymore. You can just stay home and take care of the house.
So, what would you want her reaction to be? Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That's wonderful.
I would love more on that side of things than to celebrate I won the lottery type thing. I would more of the appreciative type of side. Definitely, I would appreciate that more instead of being like, "Oh my God, let me TikTok this."
Have you ever been in a situation where you were the breadwinner, the sole breadwinner?
No. Always been a mutual contribution.
Well, I have been in situations where I have been the sole breadwinner.
Okay.
And it was okay for a little while, but then it got kind of messy a little bit where, she liked to spend money. And I was looking and I didn't really approve of the things that she was buying.
Okay.
And I know people, one scenario that I know is the man was still working, but the wife was pretty much the breadwinner. And she was making, I'm talking about way more money than him. And that didn't work out the way that he wanted it to. Are you secure enough if you're in a relationship and your wife makes $200,000 more than you? Are you secure in your manhood to be like, all right?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay. If she came to you and told you to stop working, would you do it? Could you be a house husband?
I don't know. I wouldn't say I would stop working. I may stop the job I'm currently doing, but I'm going to be doing something, trying to build something, not just being a house husband. I'm going to do my own thing. Like, I'll be able to change my job and just be my own person and do my own thing. So yeah, I would do that. I'd be happy to do that. But I'm not just gonna sit home watching Jerry Springer. You know, this dude Jerry Springer has a Judge Jerry show.
Really?
Yeah, he's a judge now. Have you seen that?
I have not.
I was like, whoa, he's a judge now. Everyone could be a judge, apparently.
I mean, yeah, TV judge. I mean, are any of the judges on TV real judges?
I think, isn't Judy, she not real?
I don't know.
I think she's real.
Is she still alive?
She's still doing that show. She's still on Fox.
Oh, you know what? I did see a preview for that. Yeah, isn't she like old? I thought she
doesn't even look that
passed
old.
away.
She looks like she's like mid-50s. What are you thinking?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we talking about a different person.
Judy.
Judge
No,
Judy.
you're not confusing Judge Judy.
The real, like the one that's real, like just mean to
The
people,
mean
right?
judge, the mean lady judge. White lady got like brunette hair.
Okay. My bad. She looked really old to me. I thought she was met her
I
makeup.
wonder how old she is now, but yeah.
All right,
Anyone
let's
can
see.
be
We
judged.
got some more comments. Start your own business, get a degree.
There you go. See?
Judge Judy
That's a good
is damn. Judge Judy is 70.
Oh, Judge Judy, 70. Okay.
Well, she almost dead. She almost dead.
Oh man.
I'm just joking. But
She's young.
all right. So I guess we have agreed that we are both willing to be the sole breadwinner, but we would just go about what we expected a little bit different, right?
Yes, it's all about how you approach. Like your approach, and it depends on who you're with, man. Maybe that approach, they're abrasive. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Approach works for some, and some people just it doesn't work for them. Like the reaction ain't gonna be the right reaction
Right.
from either one.
All right. So what are some things, if you was in a situation where you was the sole breadwinner, what would be some things that you would expect when you came home?
Simple things. Like I said, if you're going to be home, you're going to deal with the home management, making sure the house is clean. Bills are all set up, paid correct. Everything's good with that. Just maintain the crib. Just maintain all that, the details. So, yeah,
All right.
I expect that.
All right. So let me ask you this. So you're the sole breadwinner, right? So you make the money and pay the bills, or you make the money and leave it up to the person that is the stay-at-home parent or stay-at-home wife or husband? How would you work that out? Would you make all the money and pay all the bills, or would that be something that you expect your significant other to do?
I'm going to put that position on them. Like I said, they're going to be in charge of maintaining and making sure everything's paid and set up correctly.
Right.
That's part of it. Yeah. I want to make sure they take care of the details.
All right. So let's read some of these comments, guys. Do it together. Do it together. So one of our comments from Gloria Hale says, do it together. So I guess what she's meaning is the breadwinner comes, makes all the money, but then y'all pick a day, sit down together, and pay the bills.
Well, you just go to the computer and click pay together? Like you pay one page and I pay the next page?
I guess so. Y'all just look at the bills, see how much they are, or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you want to be in tune with what's getting paid, of course.
Right.
But I mean, that's your role. I'm not saying that that's like you were saying, you're gonna clean too and come home and do all that stuff too. But like your primary thing you're gonna do is make sure that money's being spent in the right places.
All right. I know somebody that I was pretty cool with, right? They made more money than their spouse. So what they were doing is they were putting all the money in their joint account. Well, most of the money in their joint account, right?
Okay.
So it got to a point where they just let the wife do everything.
Okay.
Right? Paying all the bills and everything.
Right.
So it got to a point where they got a letter. They rented a house. The man got a letter saying that the rent wasn't getting paid.
Okay.
So what would your reaction be? Should that be an automatic, what are you doing with the money? Like you just kick her out?
I mean, it depends on the answer. Like of course, the first question is gonna be, what are you doing? Like, what's happening here? I don't understand how this isn't paid. Like, this is what you're supposed to be paying attention to. How is it not paid? Depending on what they say, kicking out may be an option.
What would even be a good excuse if you know that you're going out busting your butt every week, every day? You giving her the money, and she's telling you that she paid the bills, and you get an eviction notice on your apartment or the house that you're renting.
I don't really know exactly what the winning excuse would be. It had to be some huge misunderstanding that the money was, she didn't forget. She tried to pay it. It got sent to a different place somehow. Something crazy. I'm not saying there's really many really good excuses, but depending on the answer, kicking out is on the table. For sure. Depends on the answer though. I just don't know what I'd be like. Oh, okay. Unless, like I said, she paid it. She knew she paid it, and somehow it didn't get through. Somehow, I don't know, some system malfunction.
Right.
Other than that, yeah. Curb.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man. Like I just know a lot of people, and they've been through certain things, and the person that I'm talking about, actually, they're still together.
Okay.
Everything got worked out, but just the fact that it happened in the first place.
All right. What exactly are you talking about that happened to somebody?
Every scenario I brought up, as far as the person that was putting a lot of the money in the account, and significant other was supposed to pay the rent.
Okay, got you.
And other thing was the woman made significantly more money than the man, and that turned into a big problem, and those people are not together anymore.
Okay.
So
Understood.
Yes, I think a man should pay all the bills, but if your woman is worth it, yes. But if you feel like she is not worth it, then should that be the end of their relationship? I mean, she can be a good woman, but she's just not a material where you could know that you could leave her in the house and everything would get done.
Irresponsible?
She's a good woman, but she's just a little irresponsible financially. Would that be a deal breaker for you to go out and pay all the bills? Financially irresponsible.
Financially irresponsible? I have a problem with that. That's not going to be something that's going to go away. That's going to be a lifelong problem.
So then would you just look at the bills and give her the correct amount of money to pay the bills? Or are you just like, no, you got to work?
I mean, if she can't operate the payment situation the right way, I'm going to have to take control. And if it's not that hard to pay the bills, just put it on your calendar and set up the payments on the sites or app, and just pay it. So don't forget. All you gotta do is pay. How is this hard? I mean, back in the day, we had to write checks and write the whole address and all this and mail it. Okay, I could see things being messed up a little bit, but now it's an app, man. You just hit an app, hit pay now, auto pay. How is this hard? This is simple.
We got some more comments.
If you ain't paying it, it's because you don't want to pay.
So we have somebody says, show proof that it was paid. Another person says she can learn. I guess what they're trying to say is she can learn how not to be financially irresponsible.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hopefully. That's a major problem. That's a huge problem. If you're financially irresponsible, how are you going to build anything? Yeah. You're going to always have some crazy mishap with the money.
Right.
You're trying to save up to do some improvements or get a new place, and the money's all messed up because she decided to do something without talking to you.
But can you tell your significant other that they're financially irresponsible without that causing a rift in your marriage or your relationship?
If you don't, it's going to cause a rift in your relationship.
Right, but how
you have to address it.
Okay, but how would you go and tell your spouse that they're financially irresponsible? Would you just come and like, yo, what are you doing? How would you approach that?
Again, just like every other thing. It depends on who you're with, but you're going to have to address it. You can even just say you're financially irresponsible. Look at what you've done with the money. Explain how I give you this amount and you end up spending more than I give you every time, even though it only costs this much. You got to have an explanation for it.
So if both of y'all are in your 30s and 40s, would you feel like you would have to go and like you're old enough to know that you need to be more financially responsible with your money? Would that be a deal breaker for the relationship period, or would you be willing to teach her?
It depends on if they're willing to learn. If they're just sitting here being irresponsible and they're being stubborn about it and not trying to improve upon themselves, then yeah, I'm gonna have to drop it. But if you're looking to improve, you like honestly feel bad about how you're messing things up and you're looking to do better and you're showing the effort, then we can work it out. It's all about effort.
Okay, so go back to the secret account thing.
Okay.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say secret account. You're not intentionally making it a secret account, but you have a joint account and you got a safe in the, like for me, right? So me and my wife have an account and I have a couple of my accounts and then I have a safe in the house. So is it wrong that I might not tell my wife that I have an account that she's not on and she doesn't know about? Is that wrong in a marriage?
Yes.
Why? Because honestly, I don't think it is.
Because honestly, you got to be honest and open about things. Like that's your partner in life,
right?
And if you can't share everything that you have going on with your partner in life, then why are you with them?
Okay, so pretty much, all right. Is there any such thing as privacy in a marriage then?
Yes, and respect also. So I mean, it goes. It's a balancing act with that. But yeah, there definitely is privacy, and you should have respect for people's privacy as well. But it doesn't mean you have to have a private account. And you can have your own account, but it's not like a secret. That's the thing. Like, I don't have a problem with having your own money and having your own account and spending your own money. And you don't have to tell me what you spend it on or what you're doing with it.
Right.
But I have a problem if you have a secret account, like I don't know about. That's just so like it just opens the door for more questions. Like, why are you hiding this? Right. What else are you hiding? It just makes things a little. It can be an unhealthy thing. It can open the door for things.
We got some more comments. There is nothing wrong with having your own account.
It's not.
One says too much information. I'm not sure what she's meaning by that. If one person isn't responsible with money, you must put money up separate. And one person says trust.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let all you guys know. I did have a secret account. It's not secret anymore because I did tell my spouse about it. But so now I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
You're the breadwinner. You're doing what you need to do. You go over to your significant other's house or your in-laws' house. They ask you, could you help them purchase something? You tell them no straight up, right? You and your wife get in the car on the way home and she asks you and you say no. So what happens is your significant other, your wife, goes in that account, takes that money out and gives it to her parents to help them out. How would you handle that situation? I mean, look, if y'all don't like my questions, y'all can start asking your own. I'm fine with that. How would you handle that?
How did you handle that? Oh, how did this person handle that?
I don't know. It was just a random question.
How would you handle it?
I would probably be angry. All right, so somebody says, I see nothing wrong with a secret account if it's to benefit the family at some point. So pretty much putting something away for a rainy day.
Why can't you just do that? Why have to be a secret? You have your own account. That could be the money you.
Let's take away.
Why is it gotta be that?
Let's take away the word secret.
Okay, it's a very important word.
So is it a secret if
I don't tell you?
I'm not. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna say something crazy, but is it wrong to just open up a random account and just not tell your wife about it or your spouse about it right away? But you end up telling her about it. You ended up telling her about it, and she's still angry.
Yeah, man. Just the beginning of your question: is it wrong to open up a secret account and not tell your?
Is it wrong to open up an account and not tell your spouse?
Yeah, man. You just can't be moving like that. And I guess it depends on how long it was between you telling your, like how long. It was like a day. Was it a week? was of the year.
I'm just curious, Mike. Why do y'all think it's wrong to open up an account and not tell your spouse or not tell your girl? Why is that a wrong thing to do?
I already told you guys are partners in life. You guys should be. Yeah, I'm just telling you how partners in life. So you got to be able to be comfortable and share those things. Like, and it's not even a big thing to me. Like,
right,
money. Like, okay. Like I said, the structure should be joint account, separate accounts. That's all you need to do.
Right.
And have no access to the separates. Only have access to the joint accounts. It makes things so smooth. You don't need to have a whole nother side account for whatever reason. All I'm telling you is that if you do that and don't tell them, it just opens the door for more questions. What else are you hiding? Why are you hiding this? What else are you doing? It just opens the door for problems.
Okay.
I don't recommend it.
Right. All right. Well, since we're on the topic of